Have you ever wondered what happened to the Native Americans who once dominated the U.S.? What led to their virtual disappearance from their ancestral lands? Today, we will journey through time and unravel the story of these proud peoples and their eventual vanishing act. In the beginning, before Columbus set foot in the Americas, millions of Native Americans thrived in the vast lands that we now call the United States. They formed hundreds of distinct tribes, each with their own unique traditions, languages, and cultures. From the Iroquoian in the northeast to the Puebloans in the southwest, these societies flourished, living off the land and the bounty it provided. However, with the arrival of European settlers in the late 15th century, the fate of these indigenous peoples began to change dramatically. Initially, the newcomers traded with the natives, exchanging goods like guns and metal tools for furs and other local products. But as more and more settlers arrived, they started to encroach on Native American lands. The 17th and 18th centuries marked a period of intense conflict, as indigenous tribes fought to protect their lands from the ever-growing number of settlers. Many tribes were forced from their ancestral homes, often through violent means, in what has come to be known as the Trail of Tears. Thousands of Native Americans lost their lives during these forced relocations. In the 19th century, the U.S. government established Indian reservations in an attempt to civilize the natives and control their movements. These reservations were often located on poor-quality land, unsuitable for agriculture or hunting. Over time, the native population dwindled due to disease, conflict, and the harsh living conditions on the reservations. Today, the descendants of the original inhabitants of the U.S. make up just over 2% of the country's population. They continue to face numerous challenges, including poverty, discrimination, and the struggle to preserve their cultural heritage. To recap, the Native Americans who once dominated the U.S. were gradually displaced by European settlers. This process, which began with the arrival of Columbus in the late 15th century, escalated into violent conflict and forced relocations during the 17th and 18th centuries. The establishment of Indian reservations in the 19th century further contributed to the decline of the native population. Their story serves as a stark reminder of the devastating impact of colonization on indigenous peoples. It highlights the importance of acknowledging and preserving the diverse cultures and histories that make up the fabric of our society. Let us remember the Native Americans not as a vanished people, but as a vital part of our nation's history and future.